Faggot.
Batty boy.
Dyke.
Queer.
Diesel dyke.
Puff.
Arse bandit.
Astronaut.
Gender bender.
Queen.
Butt muncher.
Bender.
Homo.
Tranny.
Cock in a frock.
Ted burglar.
Bummer.
Came out when I was 13, which was really early. That was my best friend, who I'd known since I was 4, and I thought that I could trust that person, but it got around. And I just admitted to it, but the last 3 years of high school were really difficult for me.
A lad that was like 2 years younger than me or something, like came on to me and then basically told the teachers and all, and his mum that I came on to him and basically got outed like that.
Well, it's gone better over the years because I didn't come out until after school, but it's not because of it was basically the people there, they were a bit like, oh.
I've actually just left an all-girls school and I was fine up until my final year, but when people do find out, something needs to be done because you don't get the nicest reactions in the world.
While I was in school, I actually did come out and I had dyke written all over my work and people would shout at me and things like that.
School for me was quite bad. I was getting homophobic abuse before I actually came out, and before I actually knew. Everyone knew before I did. It's never a great way to get realisation to yourself. So it wasn't nice. I didn't go for about a year and a half, and I just avoided it like the plague. But as soon as high school was over, it got better from there.
Like with schools nowadays, I've noticed that people, like the children, I say children, because I'm 19, tend to be like coming out younger and younger, like 12, 13, 14. And that's all well and good, but you also have to, it's a delicate age to be both accepting you're like bisexual or sexual, but also publicising it as well.
Schools, some schools sort of, they embrace diversity, others really don't, and I think they should be forced to in a way.
Whether it be a sort of citizenship or a compulsory training for teachers across the board, I think that would be a good start. I think legislation, even though it has got better, it does need to change. I think that if teachers were told that they couldn't talk about black issues because they don't have black people in their school, there'd be an uproar. But I think a lot of schools, because they feel they don't have gay people or out gay people in their school, why should we talk about gay issues? And I think that sort of is a barrier for young people not coming out because they feel, well, they won't be listened to or they won't be understood or they won't be taken seriously, really.
Well, they need to bring it more into schools, not just on sexual health. They need to bring it on, basis so they've got more of an understanding, when like they come to it, like in history, like LGBT history and that. So
Generally, just taking the verbal abuse more seriously, because although it is just verbal abuse, it escalates really easily. And I know that the police have started to take it very, very seriously at the moment. So I think they're taking the right steps. But it's just generally informing people the consequences of using such language, because you can literally get arrested for anything now. Generally teaching it from a younger age that it is normal, because it's still seen as something that's abnormal, which is why obviously it's picked out. So it's just got to be seen as something a bit more normal.
I think sometimes young people are in such, it's like once you've made the decision in your head, it's like, I've got to tell someone, it's like you're going to celebrate it, and I think that...
You don't come out, you burst out.
Yeah, definitely, and I think sometimes people really rush it, and especially when they're telling their peers, it can make life very difficult for them. You know, they're so excited to tell people, but I don't think they give much thought to the reaction that they might get.
When you come out, just say to to your best mates and all that, and get advice off people, and you know, go on the White Passing's website and Armistead and stuff like that, and try and get advice. Just don't come out like that. Do it slowly.
Just basically be yourself. If you want to come out, you know, come out. But just take at a slow pace and just jump out in the front street and go, I'm gay, because apparently it just doesn't work like that. Just as a slow pace. But if they found out, they found out at the end of the day.
I found it daunting to come out to people, but no one was really bothered. So I had a quite good experience.
Take your time with it, make sure you're ready and you've accepted it before you try and expect everybody else to. If you haven't accepted it, then you can't expect anybody else to.
With me, when I first came out, I sort of came out to the wrong people, and it got spread quite a bit around school and that. So I think just make sure you've got your group of mates who you trust and things like that first.
I would say assess your situation clearly, kind of have an idea what your repercussions are going to be, because it's life changing. Pretty much, are you going to get the support at home? Are you going to get the support in school? Because it's not an easy thing to do. And if you do it and you're all alone, it can just push you over.
Say if you're 14, you're thinking about coming out, but you might have a family who's really homophobic, or maybe they've got a strong religious belief, and suppose that could also stop you, because if you're 14, you don't want to be chucked out of home for coming out as gay and becoming homeless. I'd think try and think of your own welfare and your own your own health and your own safety before maybe coming out. But if it's right, then I think if you want to come out, then come out. Just do it whenever you feel ready and whenever you feel up to it, really.
Sexuality is very fluid as well, and I think that's part of our youth groups. We sort of just provide that space where you can question who you are, and you might not be gay, and you might go to the gay scene, or you might kiss a girl, kiss a boy, and you might think, you know what, this isn't for me. So I think coming out and saying I'm gay, and then sort of getting into that lifestyle and sort of having experiences and then thinking actually this isn't for me, it's you've got to backtrack, and that can be really difficult sometimes.
Make sure you're absolutely
be
sure.
certain that of your sexuality. It can take years.
It really can.
I think in terms of coming out, there are a variety of different ways to come out.
Do it on Facebook.
Yeah, don't do it on Facebook. Whatever you do, don't do it on Facebook. And everyone's coming out story is very individual. I don't think you can learn that off other people. I think you have to find your own way. Be the one who tells people. Don't let other people do that for you. Maintain control of the situation as much as possible. And don't feel that you have to come out to everyone. It's your process and it's your story. Don't feel ever pressurised into coming out to anyone that you don't want to. Take it slow and be proud of who you are.
I came out about last year when my mom knows about my sexuality. She found out and nobody to speak to me at all, especially when it becomes to religion and culture. In my country, any gays, they should be in jail for 13 years, 14 years. Any gay, a gay couple, they should be killed. When people ask me am I gay, I say no, I just find it hard to say I'm gay. Then when I moved to Liverpool, just ask myself, yeah, I have to say that I'm really gay, proud of it. So what's wrong with that? Being gay and make people respect you is an amazing feeling. Sometimes I like people love me just because of my sexuality, it's amazing. Some people that love me because the personality and the sexuality are also amazing. I like also when I pass in the town that people smile at me just because I'm really gay or whatever. It's nice. Some people, they just look at me and it's really essential, but sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. I get stared a lot by people. Some people they laugh, some people they talk, some people they point. People follow me saying things, throwing rocks at me while I'm waiting for the bus. People starting shouting, laughing. He's gay, he's gay. Start laughing, saying things that I don't want to hear it. They think we're not hearing anything, but we do hear everything. We know everything what they talk about. Even they don't look at us. I know what they're saying. I would not expect people treating me really good because maybe I'm gay or maybe I look really gay. Sometimes you ask yourself, I don't have people to accept me, but to respect me at least.
I think Liverpool offers something different for young people. It offers good things and bad things, but it is like any other city. I think Liverpool is moving forward, regrettably how slow it is, but at least we are moving forward with it.
I don't know, it depends where you are in Liverpool, because some of them are like alright with you, other places are like really a bit rough to hang around.
Yeah,
like,
there is a hell of a lot of homophobia within Liverpool itself. Not within the centre as much, but around the outskirts you do get it quite a lot. So it is pretty damn hard place to grow up with it.
It's difficult for people to be different and break the mould, really, I suppose, in such a difficult environment.
There are people who don't have a problem with it, but there are those who do have a problem with it, to say the least.
Yeah, to say the least.
It can be quite dangerous depending where you are.
Area.
I don't know, like, I feel like you hear about like homophobic experiences, you know, like in the city that people have been beaten up or something, and I don't think you'd really get that in Manchester city centre. Like, you must well get it outside the Manchester city centre, but I think like Manchester is probably more safer for like city centre for gay people than Liverpool is, because you hear about, you know, like I think a trainee policeman last year got like beaten up, you know, ended up in hospital, and I don't think you'd get that in Manchester city centre.
There's a lot of straight men that are really, really against it, and they're just like, they think they're the boys and they're not.
When I was younger I was a bit naive to it, but when I grew up I realised it was just a day-to-day thing.
I don't know why, I just don't like the idea of people making out, whether it's a dude and dude. Just wrong.
People are bigoted and old-fashioned and they're not very progressive.
You still see them getting called stuff when they're walking through the streets and everything, and I don't think it's nice.
The worst thing, probably the very worst thing is probably the homophobia. Homophobia, because you don't know what's going to happen. I could walk down the street today and be fine, and then walk down the street a month later and get mid smashed in. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. It's just, I don't know what day's going to hold. I don't know what's going to happen. Basically, I was in my mates and in my mates in Halewood, and basically these lads went quiet, and I told them to be quiet. Shut the mouths and all, and then they came over and kicked me in the face, and she got knocked out. It was horrible, do you know what I mean? Because it hit me. Now it's hit me the long run, because now I don't like smiling on photos because I've got nothing to do. Do you know what I mean? It's not attractive. It's horrible. It's like confidence-wise, it's horrible. Do you know what I mean? And it was horrible the way I had to get attacked, and because I'm gay, it hit me in so many ways. Do you know what I mean? Like mentally, physically, do you know what I mean? But I've just got on with it.
I've been assaulted on quite a few occasions, ended up in court several times over the past 5 years, mainly by groups of teenage boys, when I've been out in public with my partners at the time.
I was attacked as well in December the 13th, that was in Southport. Myself and a friend came out of a gay bar in Southport Destination, and we were set upon by 7 lads. Police got involved, and that sort of affected me, but there was no prosecution because there was no CCTV.
I was walking down, I don't know what the road's called, but it's like a big long road, and a car was coming past, and I was with 2 of my mates, and we got spat at from a car.
You'd be scared to like walk down with your girlfriend holding her hand, just in case. It's like, oh, should I risk this or not? Which you shouldn't say, because if you were saying straight people, you wouldn't even think twice on that.
Even just like a throwaway insult, it's not nice.
I mean, yes, most of the time you can just go whatever, but sometimes it can be a bit too much.
I've never had I've never been hit or jumped or nothing. It's just basically just name calling and stuff.
It's usually just online that I get it, but it's dangerous. I don't really tell people anymore.
It's mainly verbal of me, it's only people shouting at me, that's it really. But I did report this one girl who was basically following me, shouting loads of homophobic abuse, which I got the police and kind of involved with that. So
I think any city really is hard to be gay in. I think obviously recent events with Michael Causer, James Parks, it doesn't obviously give a good reflection of what Liverpool's like to be gay, but you never hear about the good stories and good things that are happening.
Get involved in the residentials, going away for weekends, getting involved in campaigns, charity, raising money for charities. And
Pride.
Getting involved in Pride, yeah.
all your experiences in life make you the person that you are. I think as long as you've got a good balance of being crazy and sort of being a bit grounded as well, and you know, having good friends around you, you know, you're lucky to have good family, then great. If you're not, friends can be just as good. I think just try and have a good balance of both things. That's the best thing I could say.
Went to school one day, problems at home and stuff like that. It was just like, do you feel like I couldn't live there? School wasn't going too well either. I didn't actually like just come out, if you know what I mean. I mean, I told one of my mates, well, I said I was bi, but I told one of my mates, and it got out in school. Do you know what I mean? So like, that was like a part of the reason I had to go. I was like, and I was like a little goth then as well. So I was like Philly Abbott, the gay goth, and I was like, oh no, I've got to go. I did get to speak to one teacher in learning support, and I told her as well, and she was like someone to talk to, but it wasn't really helpful. So I went to school one day, and then finished, sagged, and just didn't go home, and then found my way onto the gay scene. Ended up living with randomers, but found my way into the gay scene and stayed on it ever since. Got myself into a bit of trouble, like, you know, got arrested, stuff like that. Begged, stealing, borrowed for money and stuff like that. But yeah, and then found my way into the gay scene and met Tian and everyone else who went around with now, and just kind of went from there. And then got myself into doing drag and got myself my own apartment, stuff like that. But it was hard, like, but I'm glad I've done it because I wouldn't be who I was now if I didn't. I found the Armstead Centre when I came on the gay scene, and they got in touch with my family, and then it was a bit, because my sister's a lesbian, you see, so I knew it would have been like, it wouldn't have been that bad, but it was just me being a little test growing up, so I just went a bit off the rails. But yeah, they're all right now. The best thing for me about being gay is the lifestyle, my lifestyle, and my mates. I don't think there's anything bad, really, about being gay. I love it, wouldn't change it, wouldn't change it for the world.
So, I'm done now. Face is done. Put my outfit on. Put my wig on. And let's go.
The best things, without getting vulgar. I'm sorry. You learn trust.
Trust, yeah, I think that's a major thing as well.
You learn acceptance, you learn not to be judgmental or prejudiced.
I think the best is the way, like, most of my mates now, most of the mates I've got left, gay, and it's like the way, like, we all sort of stick together.
The best thing, probably Gay Town.
I don't have to put up with men.
Yeah,
amazing. If I get to like women.
For me, I can just experiment with the, like, me image, you know what I mean? Like, me hair, me face, and like, yeah, I can be like, now I think now I feel more comfortable being gay than like ever. Like, I'm 19, do you know what I mean? And like, I've been now for like 16, 17, about 4 years, and those 4 years it's been a big roller coaster. But like now I feel like now I can just be myself, do you know what I mean? I don't give up on monkeys.
I can't really think of like the best bit, because to me it's just me. It's just one part of me. It's just like, for all I care, I could be gay, or I could just like bacon butties.
I think some of the like negative things about being gay is, like, you know, like, you can sometimes, you know, like, some people put you into stereotype, or some like shallow-minded people automatically think, oh, you know, you dress a certain way, or like a type of music or something like that.
They act like lads and they're friendly and everything. Some of them dress the same, some of them dress more feminine, or
Streaks in your hair, yellow vests, badges.
with guys they sort of might have their hair dyed and sort of wear tight clothes and stuff. Yeah.
Gay men always act dead camp, and
I think
gay women act more like men.
Girls just love them, don't they? They seem to get on with gays a lot, the girls, don't they?
The girly themselves and the fashion and the hair and everything. They're usually like girls, like going shopping and everything.
Yeah.
It's not as though I could go out in the street and point someone out and go, oh, he's a homosexual and he's straight. It's, gay people are regular people.
A lot of young people, it's like anything, they head for the big lights really. Once you discover you're gay, you sort of initially sort of magnates it, sort of an area where there's other gay people, and that's the gay scene.
Literally there's like so many subgroups, it's like a high school all over again. Literally walking out into the scene, it's just the same as high school, it's all cliques and it's very hard to meet somebody that way.
You got like wear, look a certain way. You didn't wear Versace or you didn't wear D&G. Then it's like not popular.
It's like, do you see the American movies and you've got like your cheerleaders and your jocks and then you've got like the geeks. That's what it's like, isn't it? You've got your high fashion people, haven't you? And then you've got, it just goes down like that, doesn't it? You've got your trannies and you've got, do you know what I mean? Half people live on the scene, don't they?
There's only 3 bars in Liverpool that I feel comfortable enough to be my absolute self in. But that's, you know, that's fine. There's a place for everybody, really.
When I had a couple of straight mates a while ago, they have been on the gay scene with me. My brother, he's straight. He's been out on the gay scene with me, and he's completely fine. He got on with all my mates and everything. It was just a lot of people are all right. It's just the odd few.
Listen, I've been on the gay scene in town, and I'd rather go out in the gay scene than go to the normal clubs where there's all.
You have more of a laugh, and you feel more open as if you can have a laugh.
It was a bit. I was a bit taken back watching them kissing each other, but then it was just normal. That's their lifestyle.
There's a lot of risks involved, so we sort of try and put a little bit of a gap, a barrier in between that it's not necessarily about going out and getting drunk and going on the scene, which is all part and parcel of it, which everybody does, but sort of come somewhere where you can get a bit of credible advice. You know, you tend to ask your friends about certain things when you're growing up, whether it be about sexual health or where to go because I'm gay, you know, and going to a youth group's not always the best thing. It's for them, it's going out and drinking and whatever. So we sort of try and offer an alternative or something that's additional to that.
Head towards a youth group. Youth group is the best place to go to begin with. It eases you in slowly, and it's not a club scene, because a club scene can be quite
a bit, and because and plus it's like full of like sometimes full of old people, and it's like in a youth group it's like an age limit, so you get to meet people your own age group. So
the first service I got, it was Gyro, a young advocacy service in town. I met Karen. I was down really that day. I was lonely. It was in January. Also, he told me about Gyro. Also, told me about the shopping afternoon. Gyro is all gay, lesbian, and bisexual people, trans, but afternoon is like more like straight people and mixed a lot. So I started going. I feel like comfortable with it and everything. Then he told me about the Amistad. So I went there. I met a girl called Lou. She's also gay, and she's really helpful and everything, so she opened to me and talked to me.
I think young gay people sometimes have a variety of needs. They don't have to be so complex needs to attend a LGBT youth provision. Sometimes it is just the chance to meet another young person who's going through a similar sort of journey. Sometimes it is a chance to cop off with someone instead of going out onto the internet and meeting undesirables, really, and people who are much older and masquerading as young people. There is an element of safety. And sometimes it just gives young people a bit of confidence to be able to access other services. Sometimes it can be a bit daunting, and being gay isn't the only thing that defines them, so we try to look outside of just the sexuality and provide what young people need.
The reason why I come to Gyro is because just to make new friends and that, because I've got like made friends for life here. So
I've met some, my best friends here, like Liam, and I know George as well. And I'm like the longest member here, but it's like a good place. The youth workers are nice, and just, I don't know, fun.
Somewhere to go where you have something in common with people and you don't have to hide being everywhere.
Just got someone there to talk to if you need to, do you know what I mean? And I was like, when I came out on the scene, I was a bit like wild and didn't know what I was doing, but thought I knew what I was doing, but I didn't. So came here and like just give you sexual outs, like stuff like to let you know what to look out for and stuff.
Young people can self-refer into the youth provisions, and we also have very good relations with most services in all areas really, especially like youth service, like David mentioned, connections, advisors, CABs, GUM clinics, doctor's surgeries, so young people can pick up information. More often than not, people will go on the internet and they'll find our webpage, or they'll get Armistead's phone number and they'll call up, or they'll just show up, young people, with all the mates. She's not gay, but can she come in?